California, there's something about to change. We're standing at the border where history is made. We're cranking up the lights now so everyone can see. It's all happening right now. We're gonna make you believe. It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get crazy. It's gonna be loud.
Good morning. What is up, everybody? I hope all has been well with you. Everything's been great with me. I just had and needed to take some time off. So today, hey, September, right? Today we are going to talk about the scenario of you buy a mower, you have to mulch a lawn, and it's real wet in the morning. The first thing you do is, well, you use this mower and realize that it's junk at mulching. So we're going to put the Ferris FW15 to the test with that this morning and see exactly how good it does. I will tell you, it is fantastic at dry grass. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Very wet, which you will see. We're going to see what it'll do mulching wise. So let's jump into the video and let's get started. All right, here is our lawn. And as you can tell, I hope you can tell, it is wet. Very, very wet. And so we just drove through. Look at the wheels, they're all freaking soaking wet. Now this has been mowed dry. This is going to be mowed wet. So we're going to see what this thing is capable of. Are you ready? Let's do it. So it does stripe a little bit. Not too shabby, actually. Let's finish mowing here and show you what this bad boy do.
Sweet spot, I'm feeling good. The sun is shining, I knew it would. The world's a playground, I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out, I'm gonna light it up, yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out, I'm gonna light it up, yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out, I'm gonna light it up, yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Big stage, I got my crew. I'll get you moving, it's what I do. The party's starting, it's going down. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out, I'm gonna light it up, yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out, I'm gonna light it up, yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out, I'm gonna light it up, yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
talk about this thing. Hydro stat chain driven transmission, swivel front casters. You can also lock these into place. We'll show you how to do that. 32-inch deck. This has the mulch kit on it. I was really curious to see how the mulch kit was going to do, and well, let's take one last look here and you let me know what you think.
This is our house. We do what we wanna. We'll blow the roof off. Everybody's coming. It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
So I think all in all, this did a fantastic job, and it should for the price. It's got a Honda GXV 390 engine, 10.2 foot-pounds, and I believe it said it was 17.8 torque. This thing's just a beast. A beast. I mean, it didn't bog down one time. I probably could have went faster, but with it being wet and things of that, I wanted to see what this would actually do, and I still went pretty quick. To do the whole backyard took me about 15 minutes. So, pretty quick. You have 8 adjustments on the side here. These 8 adjustments are going to give you 1/2 inch increments. It's 1.5 inches all the way up to 5 inches. Then we have 4 speeds on this. This thing will flat fly. It says it does 4 miles an hour. Well, let me tell you, it's pretty quick. What else we got? We got your start and run position. So you got your choke on the back of the engine here. I've never had to pull this thing more than one time. So to turn it off, you just pull this all the way up. To start it, you just push it down a little bit. Usually don't even have to choke it. We're not going to choke it. Let's see what happens. Just so easy, so easy. Deck height. Let's go back to this because I want to show you exactly how to do this. All right, 8 adjustments all the way from 1 to 8, 1/2 inch increments. This is 1.5, this is 5 inches. So how to do it? You pull this out. You have this handle right here on the this little handle on the handle, I guess you could say. So what you do is you take and you just lift up a little bit, pull this notch out, and then you can adjust it however you want. I mean, this thing's real easy to adjust, honestly. Way easier than what I expected. 4 speeds. Push down to go. You want to go reverse, pull back on this right here. Use either hand, that's reverse, and then thumb or palm over here to use for forward speed. Engage the blades. Very simple. Pull this up and your blades, pull this up, blades will engage. Ta-da, the end. Chain driven hydrostat transmission. Once again, as you can see in there, see that chain. Beast of an engine, let me tell you. Now the one thing I really want to see is what the underneath of the deck looks like, but before we get into that, let's show you how to adjust these. I'm going to do this one-handed. So what you do is you straighten your wheel up. Then you pull this pin. Pull the pin. Now you see this little flapper right here? So this will lock that wheel into place. Whoop, just like that. Once it locks into place, you can take this, slide it through the underneath of this black piece right here. If it's over the top, your swivel. If it's on top, it will not swivel now. So now you can lock it into place for the heels, such. So if you're doing a pretty steep hill, you're going sideways, well, of course you don't want the wheels to turn. Well, you can lock them into place. Problem solved. Let's see what the underneath of this looks like. All wet grass. Cut pretty good bit off of it, as you could tell. Let's look at the underneath. Wow. Okay, this is just crazy. I want y'all to see this here. Look at this. Look at the underneath of this. Can y'all see? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Wet grass. There's nothing under there hardly. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Great job, Ferris. That's about all I can say on that one. So if you've owned the Toro 30, any of those, half of these mowers, you know, when it comes to wet grass, you might as well forget it. They're just going to bog down. They're not going to do anything. Game over, the end. You're just done. So for this to go and mow that whole yard soaking wet, as you've seen, I mean very wet, and not have anything underneath, and mow it pretty clean, it left a couple stragglers here and there. That could be my fault, just for the simple fact of I really didn't. I tried to overlap, but I was cutting a lot off at the same time, so sometimes it was push a piece of grass over and not cut it. So but I mean, even still, I would leave a client's property like this and not have any worries with the little bit it did leave, which is, I mean, less than probably 15 stragglers throughout the whole lawn. It's great. Now let's talk about the bad, because everything has bad, right? Bad, in my opinion. Is it worth $3 grand? Well, I don't know. That's really up to you. If I had $3 grand extra to throw around, I'd buy it all day long, all day, every day, over the Toro that I used to have. Now I had the Timemaster, which was the 30-inch, and when it came to wet stuff, even side discharging, forget it. It was game over. It wasn't doing it. And you're looking at, you know, around $1,200–1,300 right now. For their commercial, you're still looking at over $2 grand. Why not spend the little extra money that it is, get a 32-inch instead of a 30-inch, bigger engine, way better horsepower, way better torque. The only thing that these companies can't seem to do right is put a gas tank on something worth crap. This has a half-gallon gas tank. I wish it had a gallon at least. A lot of people, that is their biggest issue when it comes to these mowers, is the gas tank is so small. But on the side note, I did mow my whole yard with this, and it didn't even have a full tank of gas in it, and it actually didn't do bad. And it's empty. It's close to being empty. It's not empty, but it's close. So you're going to get about a yard, a third of an acre out of this. You know, you might get a half an acre, probably I'd say closer to a half acre with how good it mows, depending on how fast you're mowing and stuff as well. But all in all, for $3 grand, well, it's a heck of a mower. Can't deny that. If I had $3 grand laying around, once again, I'd buy it all day. But another thing, con, and these are just small things to me. Back tires or air. So if you did puncture something, you are going to have a flat. I would, you know, I mean, it walks smooth, but you know, hopefully you don't hit anything. Next con, I mean, I don't know if the tires are a con, but this is definitely a con to me. I like to see something that has better storage. You can't move this handle to store it. So when I put it on my trailer, this is how it sits. I'm going to have to set it sideways or something, and I would really like to see a handle that, you know, why didn't they make this the bottom bolts to where they swiveled and your top bolts locked in, kind of like the Toros and stuff do. And then that way you can take this handle, you can move it upwards. I don't even care if it lays all the way down. I just want it to move up, straight up and down, maybe a little angle, to where I have more room to put this thing on my trailer. Because the way it sits, you have very limited options that you could do, to where if the handle raised up, well, you could do more with it. Just my personal opinion anyway. So that, in a nutshell, is the Ferris FW15 32-inch deck. Now this does have, it says it has 10 and 12 gauge steel. I'm assuming the deck itself is 12 and the outer ring is probably 10. Don't quote me on that because I have no clue. But this thing is one bad mama jama. That's about all I can say about it. It is totally awesome. I absolutely love this mower. I have used it majority of the week. I've got some properties that needed mulched, car dealerships, things of that. And so when I was looking, it took me forever to get this mower with a mulch kit on it, but here it is. We got it at Ferris Dayberry on Instagram. Made it happen, thank you. And this thing is totally awesome. I don't regret demoing this one bit. It has been a phenomenal mower, and honestly, I hate to give it back, but sometimes that's what you got to do. So let me know in the comments down below any questions, anything I may have forgot, because I'm good at that. I will answer them to the best of my ability. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. We're almost to that 13,000 mark. Can't wait to hit that. Anyway, Danny is out. I will see y'all in an upcoming video soon, hopefully, and everybody have a great September.